Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Some of you guys might know that I recently joined a band and it's no one other than wonderful ELUVEITIE, and since there are a lot of new people here on this channel, I thought about a new Q&A, and you guys have sent me a lot of questions concerning ELUVEITIE and I have all your questions right here, so here we go. The first one is a general question. How and when did you start playing the hurdy-gurdy? That's a frequently asked question that I've answered many times in the past. And the short story is that I come from a medieval city and there is a huge medieval community, and I got in touch with gurdies and medieval instruments very early. And when I was a teenager, I fell in love with the gurdy for the first time. And I've been playing the gurdy for almost 7 years now. How did you come up with using the gurdy in heavy rock? I really love metal and rock music, and I've been into it since I was a child, and that it was pretty clear that I have to use the hurdy-gurdy for rock music as well. So there are also some bands using the gurdy and metal and rock, obviously ELUVEITIE as well. And I really like that the gurdy is very versatile and you can use it in so many different ways: acoustic sessions, studio work, different types of genres. And I really love how other gurdists all over the world are using the gurdy for different types of music, and that is so interesting. And it was pretty clear to use my instrument for rock music as well. And I've also been using a pedal board for many years and never tried the distortion effect, and at the beginning of last year I started to use the distortion effect and tried some really cool metal riffs. And I think it works pretty well, so distortion effect for the gurdy is epic. What have you enjoyed most when you started playing the hurdy-gurdy? I've already answered this question with the last answer. It's just because the hurdy-gurdy is very versatile, and that's so cool, and you can do so many different stuff, and you can also sing to your music, and that's the best thing ever. Where did you buy your hurdy-gurdy? My hurdy-gurdy is a Viola RTP carbon hurdy-gurdy. It's made by Wolfgang Wechselbaumer in Austria, and I've also made an informational video about it, so just click here or here. I think it's here. So if you want to have more information about the hurdy-gurdy that I play, then just click here. Are you changing the strings of your gurdy yourself? Yes, of course I do. It is very important to know your instrument and to know how to handle it, and the changing of the strings is a very basic thing you have to know about your instrument. And you have to imagine, if you're on a concert and a string breaks, then you have to change it as soon as possible and you have to do it yourself, so it's very important to know how to do it. And if you want me to do a video about it, then just write it in the comments and I will do so. And now we are coming to the question that I think it is the most asked one and also the most important for this video, and everybody wants to know it. And the question is, how did it all happen and how did you join ELUVEITIE? There's a little fun story behind it, because I already knew some of the band members before. Especially Michalina. I knew all her videos before she joined ELUVEITIE in 2016, and I really loved her playing with ELUVEITIE, and I saw one of her first concerts with the band and I really liked it. I just couldn't imagine ELUVEITIE without Michalina. I was also connected to some other band members like Nicole and Raphael, and one day I think it was in May or June, I had a message popping up on my Instagram account, and it was from Rafi, and he said, "Hey, I might have a little job for you." And I was thinking nothing special. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's talk about it. And he sent me another message. Yeah, okay, let's talk at the beginning of next week. And a few days later, he sent me another message and said, hey, I gave your number to our singer and he will contact you on Monday. And then the next Monday, Kriegel really called me and we were talking about horses, baby horses, animals, and vegan stuff and so on for about half an hour. And then he was just dropping the phrase, okay, Michalina wants to leave ELUVEITIE and we were looking for a new Hurdy Gurdy player and we were thinking about you.
What?
And I was like, oh, okay, I can't speak anymore. Give me a second. I have never expected anything like this. And then I was like, I would love to. And then Kriegel was also in shock because he has not expected to answer me that fast. And we were like, cool, okay, so let's meet for the first time. And after 2 weeks, I guess, or 3 weeks, I visited Kriegel at his place. And we had a really nice evening and talking about a lot of stuff. And yeah, we decided to meet another time with the whole band. And I was so nervous. So a few weeks later, in July or August, I don't know, I think it was August, I came to Zurich and met the whole band. I was extremely nervous, but I really loved everyone. Everyone's just so nice in the band. And yeah, I felt very comfortable there. So yeah, and then it was safe. I had no audition or something. They knew my videos, but yeah, I never had to play in front of them, and that was also a bit of pressure because I wanted to do it really good, and I wanted to do it the right way, and so yeah, I was really, really nervous. And that's actually the whole story. So no audition, it was just we knew each other and we met and we had this personal connection, and that was very important for them to pick a new band member that you can feel like having a new friend in the band. And they also gave me the feeling of coming to a family and coming to friends, and yeah, that's actually the whole story behind it. Okay, next question. What's the general process for getting hired by a band of this size? I think there is no general process because every band is different and has different structures and has different needs when it comes to new band members. Some are more like family and wants to have a family member, and other bands are more like, okay, it's okay for us to hire a musician and that person has to play everything correctly on stage, and that's all we need. And yeah, I think that's the point why you can't say there is a general process. How long have you been planning to join ELUVEITIE? Well, as I said before, there was no plan and I knew it from July or August, and I got the first set list in October. And I had 1 month to prepare the new set, and that's all. So there was no plan, just a few weeks, and yeah. Interesting question. Why did you join ELUVEITIE? There's a short answer. ELUVEITIE has been one of my absolute favorite bands since I was a child. Do you enjoy playing the same songs, if in a different order, every night on stage? I think this question is a bit weird because it's pretty normal if you're a touring musician and a musician who plays live concerts to play the same set for the whole tour or maybe for a festival season and so on. And there are also songs you have to play on every concert, like it is Ines Mona for ELUVEITIE. And if you like the music you play, then there should be no problem, because if you're completely into the set list, you can do some other stuff like performing and many more. And yeah, so I think the question is a bit weird. What was the first ELUVEITIE song you ever learned to play? The first one was Brickdom in 2016. What is the hardest and favorite song to play? Since I'm new to the band and I don't know how to play all the songs, I have to pick one of the songs I've already learned for the tour and maybe in the past. And the hardest one is definitely Helvetius for me. Not the whole song, it's just this small part, this instrumental part in the middle that is very, very fast and very unusual for the Gurdy. And yeah, that was quite hard. And also for the live shows, Deathwalker was a bit challenging because there's no part similar to another part. So you have to be very concentrated and you have to know what part is coming next. And yeah, that is very hard on this song. And of course I have favorite songs to play. And of course I have favorite songs to play. And I will pick some of the songs of our European tour. The first one is Kneel. It's very epic with a cool Gurdy and violin solo. The second one is Breathe. I really love this song. And of course Deathwalker. It's very challenging because of the parts, but I think this song is epic for the Gurdy. And you have to play the whole time. I also like to play Rebirth. Is there a song ELUVEITIE no longer plays live that you would like to add to the set list? I would go for Isara and also Inception because there is a very epic Hurdy Gurdy solo. What's your favorite ELUVEITIE song to listen to? I can't choose one special song because I love most of the songs, but my favorite albums are definitely Slania, Evocation 1, Everything Remains, and also Atechnatos. Are you a permanent member of the band now? What about other projects? I got this question a lot on tour, but yeah, I'm a permanent member and you will see me on all other tours and upcoming tours and also festival shows and videos and many more. And concerning my other projects, I'm still part of the band Cumus Vagantos. I will join them for some shows in the summer season. And of course I have my solo project and there will be new music this year. How did this tour feel for you? I really love touring, but of course if you're 6 weeks on the road in a bus with 19 people for 7 days and there's no me time at all, then it can be very stressful after a few weeks. You have to know that you don't have your own space, you don't have a normal toilet and also the shower problem is a thing because the venues are very different and there are different showers and maybe one shower for all bands and the crew, and that can be very challenging. And sometimes you have to be fine with not having washed your hair for 3 days. So it can be stressful, but it's okay. And I think it's not for everyone. So you really have to try it and you have to get a feeling of it. So, but I really like it. And of course, I was very happy to be at home after those 6 weeks, just sleeping in my own bed and having my own shower, my own toilet. That was so good to be back home. So if you think traveling with a nightliner is comfortable, don't think so anymore. It's not. It's cool, but it's not comfortable and sometimes very noisy and it's more like camping. How was your bed on the tour bus? Horrible. So there were many nights I couldn't sleep and it was also very noisy. Yeah, so my bed at home is not the best, but it's definitely better and so much better than the bed on the tour bus. What about laundry on tour? Good question. You have to be very smart when it comes to pack all your stuff and clothes for the tour. For a long tour, it's good to pack for maybe 7 or 10 days. And then you have to hope for a laundry room in the venue, which is not that often. And if there's no laundry room in the location, where of course everybody wants to wash the clothes, then you have to go for a coin laundry. And of course not every city has a coin laundry. And yeah, it's sometimes a bit challenging, and you have to be cool with wearing a shirt 2 or 3 times or maybe more. What have you been doing on tour between the concerts, if you've got time for anything? Of course, there's a bit of spare time. Then I took 2 hours or 3 hours and was just strolling around and doing some sightseeing, and that was really, really nice. And if not, then I just used all the time for working, also playing games or maybe watching movies and stuff like that. What was your favorite experience on tour? There were a lot. The first one is definitely visiting 18 countries. I've never been to so many countries before, and as I said before, I had some time to do some sightseeing. And the second thing is that the whole band grew together during the tour, also the crew, and I really felt like being welcome. Yeah, I also liked the crowds. The crowds were just awesome, and everyone was just nice, and those were my absolute favorite things on tour. Do you also play your personal hurdy-gurdy on stage, or only the ELUVEITIE? So at the beginning of the tour, I started with the ELUVEITIE. It's the band's own gurdy that also Anne Murphy played before, and also Michalina played. And I only had 2 days to get used to the instrument. I had no rehearsals with the band. I just got on stage in Switzerland, played my first concert, not knowing the instrument and also not knowing what is happening on the stage. And that was so hard for me. That was really, really hard, but somehow I managed it. And it got better every day. But yeah, of course I'm allowed to play my own gurdy, and that was always the plan, to play my carbon gurdy. But the thing is that there are some special keys and tunings of the songs that are not that easy with my hurdy-gurdy. I have to get some couples and some other features. And I only can play with a cable with my carbon gurdy. And I only played the ELUVEITIE during the first half of the tour, and then I was like, I can't handle this anymore, because there were some problems, and I knew that I have this wonderful carbon gurdy which sounds epic live, and I wanted to change it, and couldn't wait anymore. And so we tried to find a solution. And the thing is that the ELUVEITIE is wireless, so you can move on stage and go wherever you want to go. But with my own gurdy, there's just a 5 or 3 meter cable. I think it's 3 meters, and you don't have that much space to walk. And we had to change the positions on the stage and many more. So we found a solution, and I played my hurdy-gurdy for the first 2 halves of the set, and the last 3 songs I played with the ELUVEITIE, because there was some tuning stuff that I couldn't handle with my own gurdy. But here the plan is to play my own gurdy for all concerts and also for studio work and many more. What equipment do you use on live shows for the hurdy-gurdy? If I play my carbon gurdy, I have to play via cable, and I have to use this little guy, a blue box. It's also made by Weichselbaumer, and I would like to change to wireless in the future, so we are trying to manage it for the US tour. And I'm not sure which is the wireless system that is running with the ELUVEITIE gurdy. I think it's from Sennheiser or something. I'm not sure about that, how this works, so I'm so sorry. But maybe I can, I can get some information about it, and then I will let you know. Is your stage outfit custom made? My stage outfits are not custom made, they're just second-hand clothes I really like, and I have 2 stage outfits at the moment for ELUVEITIE, Sometimes I just change a few things on the outfits, but at least they have to be comfortable, and I really like them to be minimal, because if you have a gurdy right here you can't see that much of your outfit, and I think a gurdy looks cool itself, so the outfit has to be a bit minimal then for me. And now we have some general questions that are not ELUVEITIE related, and I would just like to answer some of them. Can you sing? You were awesome live. Thank you so much. And yes, I think I can sing. I also have a lot of music on my Spotify account. You can find the link in the description, I guess. I have also some videos here on this channel where I sing, and I also joined Fersengold for 2 tours already to support them as a guest singer. So yeah, I think so. Which studio monitors do you use? My studio monitors are gifted by Frank from Saltatio Mortis. Thank you again for the studio monitors. And he brought me some M-Audio BX8 monitors, and they are my first studio monitors actually, so I can't say more about them or about other monitors, but they're okay, and I'm really happy to have them. Where do you live in Germany? I live in northern Germany next to wonderful Bremen. How hard is it to learn German? As a native speaker and a German, I can't really answer the question, but some friends who are not German told me that it is not that easy, because we have a lot of grammar rules, and that's sometimes a bit difficult. But I guess Finnish is a bit harder to learn. And now my favorite question, what's your favorite food? My favorite food is vegan pita. That's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your questions. And if you want to support my work, then check out my Patreon page. There's a lot of behind the scenes material for you. I also have a Discord channel for you, and you can find the link right here and also in the video description. And see you on my next video. Bye!